Hi, I'm DelusionDispeller. I'm bringing you this video because I'm kind of upset about something. I recently discovered some things about my nationality background that made me happy and at the same time brought me into more of an intense spiritual journey, I guess you could say. Anyway, through this investigating, I guess, and exploring of some of my beliefs and practices that you've recently seen online in my videos, I came across a certain ministry, if you want to call it that. Well, I guess it is a ministry, in which the minister was a really good Bible teacher and a really good teacher on what they call Hebrew roots. But sadly, behind the scenes was not everything he was claiming to be. He pilfered senior citizens out of a bunch of money, refuses to pay it back, demands the government pays it back for him. He was arrested. He's still in jail. And it's just really sad to me. And I believe, ignore the dog barking in the background, I believe that this happens when people get out from under authority and don't have accountability. I'm not saying that he wasn't under authority, because his authorities have clearly spoken that what he did was wrong and sinful and against his congregation, and they've taken him out of leadership, which obviously, I guess if you go to jail, you're out of leadership anyways. But it definitely gives me concern about these groups that are springing up of various kinds, where people say, oh, well, come and join our group. We're not under anybody. We don't have to answer to any authority. And I honestly, like I said, I'm concerned. I think that people need to have accountability. I think there needs to be a government in organizations, small and large, of some kind, a compatible one, and one that's not going to lord it over the person in charge, but one that's going to have a check and balance system, that they go and they evaluate, how is he doing or she doing in this capacity? Is there something that's giving us concern? Do we need to sit down and talk to this person and make sure everything is, evened out? My point of bringing all this to you is that there can be narcissism in organizations. And I think in this case, just the way this person is acting, even behind bars, they call this person a sovereign, or he calls himself a sovereign. And I just learned this term recently. And what a sovereign sounds like to me is a narcissist. Basically, they believe that the government somehow got twisted back in the 1930s and different stages of the game. And they're no longer the pure government that was established by our founding fathers. Now, if you know anything about the founding fathers, they were involved in masonry and other things that weren't pure. So I'm not sure that government was any better. But the point is, sovereigns declare that because they don't believe the government is what it used to be, and somewhere along the line got twisted around and turned into something else, they are absolved from following laws, paying taxes, and obeying certain things that the courts say they need to obey. So this pastor is asserting his, I guess you could say, rights to not follow the law, to not follow what the jails are telling him he needs to do, and other things. Basically saying, you're not my mommy. You can't tell me what to do. But he's doing it in a court system, and he's doing it with the law. He's writing letters saying, you owe me, you need to pay these people back, you arrested me unjustly, even though he pled guilty. Now the courts owe him. So, just so you know, and we've talked about this before, there is narcissism in the court system, and like with people that go to jail and things like that, where they believe they're above the law, don't have to obey anybody, and as well as individuals that feel they don't have to obey anybody or do anything that they're told to do or expected to do. And in this case, it affected a lot of people. The man's wife and 6 daughters, for one thing. It affected people that were starting to understand the roots of the Hebrew movement. It definitely affected me, who is exploring my own spiritual beliefs right now, it made me sad. It made me disappointed, and it made me feel very disillusioned all over again. That yet another so-called minister, who really was a really good minister. He was funny. He had a great sense of humor. He got you thinking and exploring things and really drawing close to your spirituality. And yeah, down the tubes, down the toilet, down the drain with that one. So I just thought I'd share that with you, that narcissism abounds even in the spiritual situations and even when it comes to legality and things like that. So it's sad, but it's true. I'm going to be writing this individual a letter. Hopefully they'll give it to him. I don't know that it'll do any good, but I want to have a voice and I want to be heard. And basically what I'm going to tell him is, I was somebody that was exploring this new spirituality, and you made it enjoyable. You made it something I enjoy doing daily and learning from. And there's other teachers I can learn from, even teachers that studied under him that have the same truth and are bringing it forth. But I really enjoyed this person's character, only to find out he really wasn't of high character. And I am disillusioned and disappointed. I'm going to let him know. And I'm going to let him know that he needs to get his life straightened around, and that he is just, a human being like the rest of us, fallible and can make mistakes, and needs to be humble, needs to stop fighting for his rights within the court system, and just buckle down, live out his sentence, and maybe there will be a grace time where somebody decides he doesn't have to serve as long, and hopefully comes out a better person. Hopefully and prayerfully he goes to therapy or counseling or something while he's in jail and realizes the error of his ways, that he's not above the law, that he's not better than everybody else, that he's not the chosen one and all of us are his peons, and the poor elderly people will somehow find restitution and get their money back. That's my prayer and my hope. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you, just some thoughts. Have a great day, and realize that if you are starting any type of group or movement, you need to have accountability to keep everything, balanced. Balance is important, and accountability is important, and keeping everybody somewhat on the same page and on the even keel, keeping things on the up and up legally as much as possible is a great idea. Anyway, thanks for watching, and if you need me, I am DelusionDispeller@gmail.com. I will be definitely happy to help you in any way I can. God bless. Have a great day. Bye for now.